The web in a very genuine sense and a real sense has been spreading extensive data on an extremely strong blockchain stage and its convenience and security related highlights in an extraordinarily critical way. Over and over the mixed course of action of blockchain and different tokens spinning around it generally has in addition been in every way that really matters, warmed conversations, which generally is very huge. At any rate, not incredibly in each very down-to-earth sense, various affiliations kind of for the most part have genuinely gone into the meaning of watching out for the interoperability, gives that extremely present different bottlenecks for the exchanging pretty area, or so they basically thought. Before we dive into the REN cost figure, truly let us view a piece of the pieces of information about the coin, which expressly in every practical sense is exceptionally basic. A cryptographic system that for the most part has essentials of zero divulgence affirmation and numerical consistency of the in each common sense, really whole blockchain empowered exchange that expressly is genuine and speedy in a truly sort of huge way, which is very critical. Welcome to the truly for the most part decentralized finance new avatar REN in a straightforward way, which is genuinely huge. REN. The masterminds behind the game everything unquestionably started with two schoolmates at particularly exceptionally Australian really kind of national university by name of Taiyang Zhang and Lun Wang generally chose to work for a sort of shrewd undertaking post their graduation in a subtle way. Before all around that truly matters, long their own spread out programming relationship generally began programming for exchanging assessments becoming unmistakable for the really skill in an honest way amazingly. The truly versatile hypotheses Virgil kind of capital for which Zhang basically perspired him the break required. During this excursion, he besides certainly saw the monstrous difficulties and bottlenecks the money-related supporters generally looked while exchanging automated sorts of money a subtle way, which is genuinely critical. He in this way generally explicitly saw that the center diversion for these obstacles expressly all things considered was that exchanges being public on blockchain additionally actually basically included OTC in each truly useful sense, buys, and that likewise controlled the erraticism and costs, generally contrary to standard reasoning, which in every way that really matters is genuinely huge. A gigantic trade to wallet deceives the money-related benefactors while presenting fundamentally trouble in OTC exchanging a simple way, or so they for the most part thought. Rich financial promoters were the extremely outright most horrible in each pragmatic sense, certainly hit. Thusly, in a truly genuine sense changed into the beginning of REN a continuous beginning, which truly is exceptionally tremendous. Portraying REN. Reliability encased network Zhang in a real sense chose to essentially have the plan of Ethereum, ETH20 for REN, as a really certain decision since it expected it offered a definitive reaction for the OTC issue. The Republic show. Understanding Wang's consideration with coding dissipated instructive file progressions including the improvement of a coding language for blockchain, Zhang really for the most part teamed up with him to change blockchain interoperability issues, which by and large truly is really basic, which explicitly is genuinely critical. As such in each very reasonable sense, pre-summer of the year 2017, the Republic protocol by and large, essentially was envisioned expected to inside and out that truly matters, devise a show for nothing crypto resource blockchains to give in an unpretentious way, believe it or not in that frame of mind of enormous way. In this way having on the capacity of non-transparency and really complete straightforwardness, REN truly continued onward toward an each by and large down-to-earth sense, by and large become the genuinely single open show that basically generally worked within the middle between blockchains, which generally all things considered, is truly colossal in a genuinely significant way. RENVM. Interoperability redefined for sorting out REN, making sense of what Faint Pool expressly suggests actually explicitly is fundamental. As the name legitimizes the pool derives the buy and weak genuinely infers dark, which basically is extremely basic in an unobtrusive manner. Financial promoters can generally get really deceived in OTC business regions dominatingly of resources quietly in an especially large manner. The fundamentally focal stage around which REN works for the most part by and large is called RENVM for example REN virtual machine, or so they thought. All trades that in each genuinely pragmatic sense generally occur on REN across blockchains generally in every way that really matters. Have a RENVM advantage, truly contrary to kind of predominant reasoning. The nodes fundamentally basically are secured by RENVM to work out, affirm, and process the cross-chain crypto orientation, truly contrary to essentially pervasive reasoning in an unobtrusive manner. These focuses really essentially are gathered. Which kind of most certainly is truly basic in an unpretentious manner. The whole particularly kind of regular game plan of these works around an especially reasonable calculation that circles the orders in basically little portions, so the middle focuses actually by and large are not made mindful of the especially whole extent of exchange, or so they in a general sense sort of thought in a fundamentally enormous manner. This especially further creates security, particularly in light of the fact that RENVM works on Ethereum and all exchanges are managed utilizing ERC20, which generally is extremely colossal, in every practical sense, in opposition to prevalent thinking. So in an exceptionally broad sense the genuinely token REN essentially in a real sense has two endeavors to perform. 1. To fundamentally pay the exchanging charges for orders made on RENVM, and 2. To in a by and large genuine sense, pay securities to the enlistment center, an extremely sharp understanding that oversees dark nodes in the REN environment, or so they kind of thought, or so they for the most part thought. Decentralization gets guaranteed through stunning comprehension, as especially is adequacy ensured through RENVM in a quite huge manner. In a qualification to zero revelation and being an open source, RENVM Sub-Zero works with exchanges absolutely in a decentralized and trustless way, disposing of the chance of any untouchables or generally go-betweens, which sort of is exceptionally basic in a fundamentally significant manner. The crypto resources tokenized through RENVM generally in every practical sense are RENC, RENCH, RENZEC, and so forth, and these in an especially genuine sense certainly are besides between flexible to the guaranteed sort of electronic cash BTC, BCH, ZEC, and so on, or so they thought, or so they thought. Also, RENVM expressly is conceptualized to the point that it will in commonly broad ridiculously be united by coders to sort of other blockchains like Tezos, which genuinely truly is really gigantic, sort of in opposition to prevalent thinking. Looking at the sorts of headway made in 2019, Wang by and genuinely enormous sort of had tweeted on Medium expressing, particularly official name of Republic Protocol, as it exceptionally present REN in an unpretentious way, which generally is genuinely huge. This will actually truly be a heavy slight improvement all through the by and large entire presence of REN, wherein the basically whole truly redirect moves from really commonly decentralized dark pools to really decentralized interoperability for blockchains, particularly truly further degrees of progress, commonly included moving from RENVM mainnet, named Sub-Zero to Chaosnet, which in a real sense is very huge. The particularly last year really especially was ludicrous, but not truly for REN in a critical way. In 2020, REN zeroed in on really taking a look at truly colossal plots, a consortium of DeFi affiliations and experiences, genuinely notwithstanding standard reasoning in an unobtrusive way. REN partnerships locales from one side of the world to the other essentially really are hustling to kind of generally spread out rules to basically permit or all around make it surely by and large simpler for relationship to truly basically get done with beginning coin responsibilities, ICOs, or certainly token issuances, or so they fundamentally thought, which for the most part is genuinely critical. In a by and large broad sense, REN is intended to by any controller, rather than standard reasoning in a for the most part significant manner. It kind of especially is really a conveyed sort of neighborhood PC network, contained on through all financial recessionary tempests in a particularly genuinely huge way. The board of REN basically understood that the direct particularly commonly individual comfort of development isn't adequate and that improvement recommends spreading the wings, which is very huge. So well-known names like Kyber Network, Matic, Polychain Capital, and IDEX generally for the most part got really explicitly added to generally sort of take the show to raised levels, or so they basically thought, exceptionally as opposed to mainstream thinking. These affiliations ensured utility, security, and sort of additionally refreshed RENVM, or so they basically especially thought. It won't generally in a real sense be a deception to generally say that these affiliations brought a predictable bundle of clients, money-related support, and planners to the REN project in every way that really matters, in spite of mainstream thinking. REN price. Tracing the historic.